The NBA Summer League is almost here, and we will get to see all 30 teams in Las Vegas for the main encore event of the summer. And in today's video, we're going over the top players to watch in the Summer League. But before we begin, if you enjoy the content, please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. Now let's jump into it. And at number one, we of course have Cooper Flagg, as his Summer League debut is one of the most anticipated in NBA history, and fans won't have to wait long as the number one overall pick and new Dallas Maverick faces the Lakers later this week. Flagg is a true two-way force, showcasing elite defensive instincts and growing playmaking skills during a historic freshman year at Duke, where he averaged 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, while shooting 48% from the field and nearly 39% from three. And he's widely regarded as one of the best prospects of this century, and has drawn comparisons to Zion and Victor Wembanyama in terms of height. And Flagg has superstar potential. And while he may not play heavy minutes in every Summer League game due to his pro-ready game already, his presence alone makes each appearance a must-watch. And the Mavericks have even mentioned that they might try playing him as a guard in the Summer League, so he has the ball in his hands more. But with his size and skill, Flagg is expected to dominate the Summer League environment and gives fans a glimpse of what could be a franchise-changing future in Dallas. At number two, we have Harper, who was the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft and is one of the most highly anticipated rookies heading into Summer League. The 19-year-old guard starred at Rutgers, averaging 19.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 1.5 steals in 29 games, and earned all Big Ten honors. He's known for his scoring versatility and playmaking, and is expected to eventually form a dynamic trio in San Antonio's backcourt alongside De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. However, a minor groin injury did sideline Harper for the California Classic Summer League, but the Spurs remain hopeful he'll suit up in Las Vegas, but they are being cautious with it, knowing he'll play a key role next to Victor Wembanyama in his future. But if he's able to go, Harper's Summer League debut will be much watch as San Antonio gets its first look at the player they believe could be their next star guard. At number 3, we have the 3rd overall pick in the 2024 draft, which is Sheppard, and he enters the NBA Summer League with a chance to take the next step in his development and is one of the top names to watch. The SEC Freshman of the Year surprised many by declaring for the NBA draft after just one season at Kentucky, where he came off the bench but made a huge impact. And as a rookie with the Rockets, Sheppard played in 52 games but saw limited minutes. However, he did average 12.5 points per game. He did show flashes of elite shooting as well, hitting 40.5% from 3 over the final 3 months and dropping 25 points in his first career start. He also dominated his time in the G League, averaging 30.5 points across 3 games. Now, the 21-year-old enters Summer League with a focus on expanding his game and improving as a playmaker and a defender, and with the Rockets planning for him to be Fred VanVleet's primary backup next season, Vegas is a big opportunity for Sheppard to prove he's ready for a larger role in Houston's rising core. At number 4, we have Dalton Knecht, and he enters Summer League with a lot to prove. Knecht was the 17th overall pick in the 2024 draft and is just a year removed from averaging 21.5 points per game and winning SEC Player of the Year at Tennessee. He also lit it up at Northern Colorado before that. He showed promise as a rookie as he played in 78 games for the Lakers and averaged 9 points on 45% shooting and nearly 38% from 3. But after falling out of the rotation late in the season and being shopped at the trade deadline, questions have emerged about his future in LA. And after early shooting struggles in the California Classic, including going 0 for 9 from 3-point range, Dalton Knecht bounced back with 25 points and 4 threes in a comeback win over San Antonio. And at 24 years old, Knecht isn't a raw prospect anymore, and he doesn't have much time to spare if he wants to secure his place in the league and stay in LA's plans. And he'll need to dominate in Vegas and remind everyone why he was advertised as such an NBA-ready prospect a year ago. At number 5, we have VJ Edgecombe, who turned heads in his Summer League debut in Utah and proved why the Philadelphia 76ers made the right decision with picking him at number 3 overall. The 19-year-old Baylor product exploded for 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists, and 2 blocks, and showcased his elite athleticism and aggressive driving ability, and looked like the best player on the floor during the game. And while he struggled from deep and the free throw line, Edgecombe looked dominant attacking the rim, showing off his bounce, strength, and improved mid-range game as well. and he is known as one of the most explosive athletes in this year's draft class, with elite defensive upside, and his two-way potential was on full display. And Edgecombe looked comfortable creating offense under pressure and is already flashing signs of a strong fit next to Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain in Philly. And with the continued performances like this, the 76ers may have landed a gem at the number 3 spot. And if this continues, Edgecombe looks like he might be one of the breakout stars in Las Vegas and a key part of Philadelphia's future core. At number 6, we have Minnesota's Terrence Shannon Jr., and he is set to be one of the most dominant players at the NBA Summer League. After finishing 3rd in the nation in scoring during his final college season at Illinois, Shannon was selected 27th overall by the Timberwolves last year in 2024, and he flashed big-time scoring ability as a rookie, including a 3-game stretch with 59 points and a strong showing in the Western Conference Finals against the Thunder, where he scored 35 points in under 37 minutes. And in the G League, Shannon averaged a staggering 36.5 points on 55, 36, and 96 shooting splits, proving he's far too talented for that level. And with Nickeil Alexander-Walker gone, Minnesota has a real rotation spot open, and head coach Chris Finch has already said Shannon will be a part of the mix next season. And in Vegas, he'll be the Wolves' number 1 option, it seems, and with his explosive first step and aggressive mindset, don't be surprised if he averages 25.5 points per game in Vegas and puts on a show. At number 7, we have another Minnesota Timberwolf in Rob Dillingham, and he's one of the top players to watch at Summer League as he eyes a bigger role with Minnesota. After being acquired in a draft night trade with the Spurs in 2024, the number 8 overall pick averaged 4.5 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound in just over 10 minutes per game as a rookie, but he flashed serious upside, including a 19.8 assist game versus Utah in January. Now, with 37-year-old Mike Conley Jr. nearing the end of his career, Dillingham has a real shot to show he's ready to take over as the point guard of the future for Minnesota, and if he dominates in Vegas and proves he's too good for the Summer League, he could convince the front office to pass on free agents like Chris Paul or Bradley Beal if he gets bought out. And the Timberwolves believe in his potential, and Summer League could be Dillingham's launchpad to a breakout sophomore season. At number 8, we have the 5th overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, Ace Bailey, as he is one of the most intriguing prospects to watch in this Summer League in my opinion. The former Rutgers star was widely considered a top 3 talent and averaged 17.5 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, and 1.5 blocks per game during his freshman season. And despite a controversial draft process where he declined to work out for any team, the Utah Jazz still took a chance on him and drafted him with the 5th overall pick, and early signs suggest it was a good move. Bailey dropped 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists in his second game at the Salt Lake City Summer League and showed off his athleticism with a highlight reel lob finish. And in a rebuilding environment like Utah, he'll have the freedom to learn and grow at his own pace, but with his scoring talent and high ceiling, he's definitely a must-watch name in Las Vegas. At number 9, we have Devin Carter, who was the 13th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft and is finally set to make his long-awaited Summer League debut for the Sacramento Kings. Carter missed last year's Summer League, training camp, and the start of the season due to shoulder surgery, and his entire rookie season was derailed by injuries. But he is known for his elite defense, rebounding, and high motor, and boasts a 6'8" wingspan and thrives on making plays on both ends of the floor. And while he's not a traditional point guard, Carter has been working hard to improve his playmaking and offensive control, studying film and preparing for a lead role with Sacramento. And he showed flashes of promise in the G League last season, and now has a golden opportunity to showcase his all-around game in Las Vegas. And with a strong Summer League performance, Carter can build momentum toward a key rotational role in Sacramento and prove they have a bright future at the point guard position after trading away De'Aaron Fox last season. And at number 10, we have Bronny James, who is back for his second Summer League and looking to take the next step in his development with the Lakers. Bronny was selected 55th overall in the 2024 NBA draft and spent most of his rookie season in the G League, where he actually impressed by averaging 18.5 points, 4.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 steals across 18 games for the South Bay Lakers. But in limited NBA action, he averaged just 2.5 points in 6.7 minutes per game. But now, with a full offseason and a year of pro experience under his belt, he's aiming to carve out a bigger role in his sophomore season with the Lakers. And Bronny actually kicked off his summer action in the California Classic, with a solid 10-point performance, but followed that up with just a 2-point, 1 of 5 shooting performance, which included multiple air balls in just 15 minutes of action. But he will be back in the spotlight again as the Lakers face Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks in a primetime showdown to open the Las Vegas Summer League, and it's looking like he'll need a better performance in Vegas if he really wants to solidify his roster spot with the Lakers next season. But let me know in the comments who you think is going to have a breakout performance in the Las Vegas Summer League. And if you enjoyed the content, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.